the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Counts, always the best guests in Midwest. The Two Counts, wait time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. Meet Phoenix and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the Two Counts. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the Two Counts, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Counts.
The Two Count.
The Two Count.
Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
The week it was, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. It was, I'll be honest with you, it was nice to have a Tuesday off, although I had a Tuesday off before that. But I missed you guys. I hope you guys had a great trip. And I hope everybody who was on that trip with you had a great trip. And I hope everybody who's watching now realizes that we're probably going to talk a little bit about that trip and some of the cool things that you guys did in order to make me fucking jealous. Which, you know, it's entirely possible. And we can talk about some of those things that might make me jealous.
Jam-packed show tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And not only that, the twists and turns that have happened with WWE and the main event or supposed main event at WrestleMania. Who knows at this point, right?
Well, hang on, really quick though, because a lot has happened. First of all, you sound way better.
Thank you.
Thank you for not dying while we were gone.
Yeah, I tried real hard.
Thank you for trying, actually.
I mean, we did the Jericho Cruise. While on cruise, the Royal Rumble happened shortly after, and then also some news came out.
Yep.
And then come home, and then shit happens with WWE's main event, and it's just what a crazy time right now. And so I'm trying to upload a bunch of photos and videos that we could show you guys from the cruise, so just bear with me.
And me and Tom will will chat. I want to just mention to those of you.
Hold on, what was that fucking noise?
It's what every once in a while still pops up in my lungs.
Oh my God, you're still dying on us, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought not all the way clear.
Today was the first day just out of the blue, I started coughing again. And I'm like, I don't like this, but in general, I'm fairly well back to normal. So Tom and I are going to talk, and we talked a little bit. Tom mentioned to me, and you can explain this, Eva. Tom has a hard time explaining the fun that he had.
Yes.
He can, and I personally, I totally understand that, because there are some of those things in life that I'm like, I know what it is. I don't know if I've experienced it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, I'll start off with that because, and I don't know, you know, Stacy's in the chat, and I know Dan is obviously. Yeah, those drunk bastards had a great trip. So here's the thing. I've had a hard time since being back telling people exactly how much fun it was, because not that I don't have the words, I don't know.
Oh, that, and you don't have the words.
Well, maybe I don't have the words, but so I have a little bit
Speaking is hard.
Yeah, Stacy saw me. I'm sure I had a smile on the vast majority of the trip.
Yeah, okay.
Not to interrupt you, but were you hammered the whole trip?
We'll get to how bad it started to where it finished.
Okay.
I was not hammered the whole trip. In fact, actually on the actual ship itself, I was maybe just slightly buzzed a few times.
Huh?
But the day before the the actual cruise,
we'll get into that.
That's a whole nother story.
We're
and
going to get into that.
I'm sure Ace has a photo to prove what happened. Here's the thing, though, right? It's a little like inside baseball, some pull back the curtain kind of moment here. I suffer from what is known as dysthymia. So there's a level of enjoyment that most people have in life. I don't ever get anywhere close to that. So like everybody's euphoric highs, I will never feel any of that. I keep a pretty low, like level base around most people's like, this is okay. That's where my like fun level kind of stops. And again, I know I had fun. I know I had a good time, but I don't know how to share how that is because of this. It's just it's, if you will, it's a fucked up brain. It's a bad chemistry kind of thing. But
it's also something that like anytime anyone's asked me about the Jericho Cruise, I'm like, well, I'll tell you all about it, but here's the deal. You really only can get a feel of what it's like by doing it.
Yes.
Because it really, you could talk all you want, but because like Tom, we told you so much about this trip, me and Devin, and the chat with the family cruise, or the cruise family, and then Stacy and Dan as well, cruise family, that I think you even said it when we were in Miami that first night. You're like, oh, there's a lot of buildup for this or something at some point, but like, but then at the end, I was like, well, would you do it again? Was it worth it?
It was, it definitely was worth it. So I think the hardest thing for some people to understand is the fact that when I've explained this to people who, people at work, who ask me how my vacation was, or even people, I've literally golfed 54 holes since being back because the weather's been so goddamn nice here in Minnesota. That every round I'm getting paired up with people who, don't know me, meeting new people, just literally saying like, I just got back from vacation. Oh, what'd you do? And I tell them it was the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. And I get some kind of weird looks, but I'm like, well, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm in the business a little bit. I do comedy, so I'm in entertainment as well. So this is kind of like right up my alley for something that would be enjoyable, which it was. But to get all like over the top and just like energetic about it, I can't do that.
You want to see Tom enjoyable. Do that, you need to go on the cruise with him.
Well, see, that's another thing though too. Like even that, like to be fair, Ace and I were probably some of the better in shape people, and that's saying a lot for this cruise. But so there you go, Dan. There's to shoot a little bit. But yeah, with all the hype that was going into it, and all the things kind of involved with it, and really how much, especially like end of the day. I mean, it's really just jam packed from the afternoon on until you're basically ready to go to bed. There's not a whole lot morning, so which I've been told is a little bit different than past cruises.
All right.
But for again, like with what I'm involved with, this is probably the most enjoyable. Like, I don't know if a whole WrestleMania weekend would be as enjoyable to me as this. I know we've obviously worked Hall of Fame weekend. That's been fun, but it's also has become work now. So that's not nearly as enjoyable. This was literally one I got to talk about the show. I gave out so many patches and almost all my magnets. And guess what I found when I got back? A fucking package of stickers I could have fucking brought on the goddamn boat too. So,
probably
but you know
better
what?
You didn't. I don't know if they would like stickers because I feel like drunk people would put those on fucking doors on the boat.
Well, I didn't see many of those, but maybe. So, next year, which I think has kind of been verified in our little group here, that there will be a next year. So, all you Jericho Cruise aholics, which that feels kind of weird. You'll see me back on the boat next year. I just have to wait for my pre-sale to start next or tomorrow afternoon. So, hooray! Another vacation to look forward to. Time away from work. But seriously, I went from 40 years old, took a cruise, came home, played a round of golf. I feel like I'm already retired. I don't like this life. I can't come back and not go straight to work, it seems like.
Yeah, that's the thing when you do something like that, or like when I was out working in Las Vegas, coming right back and not having some time to sort of decompress and relax a little bit, super, super tough.
We're trying, Stacy. We're trying to bring JR.
I think I'm going to actually be booking my room after the show tonight. We'll talk more about that though.
Right.
Because we're bringing some friends. You're bringing a buddy of yours. He's in, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Tim Nella has decided to join us on the cruise trip, so we already know it's going to be amazing because of that.
He will rule the boat. I guarantee you.
Definitely will, and I think he knows that, so he's already very excited.
There he is, right there, babies.
Team Top Shelf.
I'm gonna send him the link.
Savage himself.
I'm doing stuff first. Hang on.
Yeah, Ace is lining up all the videos and photos.
I'm showing a lot of unedited stuff tonight, guys, because the intentions is I'm gonna edit something together of all this for the YouTube.
Don't show anything with Tom's Wang though.
That did not come out into any photos or videos that I'm aware of. Okay, so
fair enough.
As Ace is loading this up, I will go into some details about where this hat comes from and the night that was Miami Beach to me. So, the cruise family, as Ace elaborated upon earlier, group of people who've been on all 5 of these cruises, like Erica and Danny, who were on right before we went on the cruise.
Yep. Jason and Jen, they're partners.
Yep. Jason, Jen, JoJo, Janine, Luke, and then Melissa and
John,
other Jason.
Our boy John.
Yeah, John. John and then great group of people really welcomed me in. Oh, and then Dale and Mo from Colorado as well. They're huge comedy fans, so good to meet them as well. But needless to say, meeting them all that Thursday at Max Club Deuce. Started drinking at about 4:30 after only having breakfast at MSP before flying out, and a slice of pizza from the hotel to the bar. So not planned well. Got to the bar about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I don't remember leaving the bar.
Oh boy.
I remember being the life of the party as much as I possibly could, which means interrupting several dates and telling the women that they were very beautiful and I'd like to buy them a drink. From what I can tell, I pissed off several gentlemen at that bar.
So, I had a little bit of a different first day. And I didn't really tell anybody this except for you, and Devin knew about it. So we, like Wednesday, we got on a boat on a Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all had early flights Thursday. So after work Wednesday, me and the nephew drove up to Tom since he's in the cities and it's a quick Lyft Uber ride to the airport. As I was working my part-time job right before we were going to hit the road to go to Tom's, I get a text that one of my coworkers who was in the office the last 2 days with us had tested positive for COVID.
Oh, no.
So I'm freaking out because I'm like, I can't go on a ship if I ended up, you know what I mean? Like I was around her a little bit. Granted, I knew she was like out sick Monday. So when she did come in, I was like, stay fuck away from me. But we were still in the same room. And on Wednesday morning at work, I told one of my coworkers, like, man, fucking headache just started coming on this morning. Hopefully that goes away before I go on the plane. Well, it didn't. Surprise, surprise. I actually kind of had like a light headache migraine majority of the trip, and even up until a couple days ago, it just wouldn't go away. But
you should talk to me. I had fucking migraine pills on the fucking boat.
I was popping Tylenol all day. So
is
then,
it migraine pills?
no, I know, but so so I slept on Tom's couch, right? And I let my nephew take his guest room and the spare bed because I was getting up before them. Tom failed to tell me sleeping on his couch is the equivalent of I could have just slept in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's still a mattress, fucker. All right. It's still. I mean, I've slept on my floor before too. After a night of drinking, I can tell you that's pretty damn fucking comfortable.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, I know.
Did I load that? Hang on, I gotta.
Oh, it's there. I've seen it in the chat. I've seen it.
I know, but I might have missed the actually download. I think I did miss downloading that one though, so I'm gonna have to find it and get it in here while we're doing the show. Well, I have to do it now though because we're talking about. Okay, let me get the story out and then I'll get it. So then, so I'm exhausted, right? And we got to your house at what, like fucking 11. Because I had to work till 8:30, and then we didn't leave till like after 9 once we got the car ready and everything.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit like right around 11, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But
yeah, and then
somewhere there.
I had to take some medicine out in Tom's patio before I went to bed and stuff. So then midnight, 12:30, I'm going to bed needing to be at the airport at 5. So I'm waking up at like 4, just a quick shower and go. I had everything ready, clothes, everything was ready to go when I woke up. Well, I didn't really sleep. Because of it was just not the most comfortable thing. So I got maybe 2 hours of sleep. So when we got to Miami, the first thing we did, which by the way, we were at the Clinton Hotel, Miami Beach, pretty nice, cool little boutique place, hopping area. We were 2 blocks maybe from the beach and like Ocean Drive and all that.
Yep.
And where we were, it was a little hopping street. There was a lot of shit popping on in it. So I think we had a CVS 3 blocks down. So we go get that because fancy ketchup over here needs a shitload of sunscreen if we're going to be out on a boat and in Mexico.
Still got a little pink though. Still got a little bit of too much sun.
You did. I did not, sir. I did not burn at all. But I also was putting the after lotion on like every day. So you maybe weren't. So I tell Tom, like, bro, I got to take a nap, dude. I am exhausted. I need some sleep. Right. So I took oh, good to know, Stacy. Well, so I ended up taking one Wednesday before we went to Tom's house, and it was negative. So I was like, okay. I wake up. I'm feeling okay. I take a shower, get the travel off me, and the nephew shows back up like right before I wake up because he was with Tom. They went to go meet up with some of the cruise people at the Deuce. So he knows where Tom's at. I'm like, all right, well, let's go. It's like 7:30, 8:30, somewhere in that window. We walk like the 6 blocks down to the place, get in there. Tom is loving life. And this bar is like, we're on Miami Beach. Everything's fancy and nice and hopping and lively.
Except for Tom.
And then this bar is just that dark.
It is a primo dive bar. Primo
dive bar. It's
one of the greatest of all time.
I walked in. The first thing I told Tom, I'm like, "Wow, you are in your element," and he's just. Hey!
I was.
And it's funny that he was like, "Oh, I probably broke up some dates because across the bar was a young, attractive lady with some dude," and all of a sudden Tom's just. He's too fucking ugly for her. There's no fucking way she's with that guy. This is fucking. I'm gonna talk to her later. Like, and I'm just like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
And then at that point, he tells me, he's like, "Oh man, I'm already like $200 in on the alcohol," and I'm like, bro, we haven't even gotten on the boat, and you're gonna spend all your cash. I then start feeling out.
Mm-hmm.
Like stomach, head was getting worse. I was getting nauseous. I told Tom that I was leaving to go eat.
Don't remember that at all.
Doesn't matter because that's not why I left. I left because I was feeling nauseous. So when we leave, Devin's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Nothing. We're going to CVS. I'm getting a COVID test, and we're going the fuck back to the hotel."
2 for 1s, Tom.
See, the 2 for 1 stopped it sometimes, so I was a little confused by this because I think they stopped at about 6 or something like that, as far as I could tell. Now, the amount of money I spent, a good portion of it went straight across the bar only to the bartender. I tip very, very well at these dive bars. So Angel and I are good terms as far as I know. So, and he was a righteous dude. Let me pick what hat I wanted. He said, just give me a hat. So this was my crown for the evening because of how much fucking money I spent. Because I bought drinks for other people in our group. People, again, ladies at the bar.
What's funny is, guys, if you watched our show before we left, our friend Danny, who came on, he said it. He's like, "Oh, you're fucked the first night. You're fucked the first night." And sure enough, fucking Tom was fucked the first night.
Yeah.
So we're back at the hotel. I'm fucking sweating bullets because I'm like, if this thing's negative or positive, like, I have to now go. And I bought a thing of mask in case. So I was like, I'm gonna have to go get it, like, my own fucking room. And then when they get on the boat tomorrow, I'm basically going to try to fucking fly either back home or sit in a room for fucking 4 days until I'm negative in Miami, which I don't want to spend that money on.
Ugh.
So I'm like, oh my God. I take the COVID test. It comes back negative. So I'm like, it's just, I got to be worn out from travel. So I go to bed. I'm out. I hear the door open and I went to bed at like 8:30. So 10:30, 11, wasn't super late. Granted, you got down there at what time? Like
4:30.
4:30. So
yeah,
like 10.
Prime happy hour time. 4:30, great time for happy hour.
So 10:30, like 11, I hear the door open. Now I'm an old man. I'll admit this. I wear a CPAP machine, so I have a mask on. So I'm hearing things and I can see things out of the corner of my eye if I open them, but I'm kind of also just laying there and not trying to say anything because I don't want to talk. You know, JR. We're CPAP brothers. It's so fucking sad.
CPAP brothers.
It's like we're fighter pilots.
And whenever you travel,
is my ass, you Darth Vader motherfuckers.
And whenever you travel, you see everyone who has them. You know, when you see them walk by, you're like, oh, that's a CPAP machine.
Oh God.
Anyways, so I hear Tom all of a sudden just says, "What's up, dude?" And I hear Devin be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna." And then so I open, I look. Now again, not the biggest hotel room, right? Not a huge hotel room, pretty tight room. Out of corner of my eye, I see Tom like he's fucking Spider-Man on the wall of the fucking hotel room trying to get to his side of the room to the bed. They have like a big stand upright closet that goes like almost to the ceiling, which has like the ironing board, all that shit in it. I then open my eyes because I hear, "Oh, time to take a pill." No idea what he's talking about. Not judging Tom.
Migraine pills, man. They're fucking hangover cures.
I'm
Sometimes you take them early.
I'm impressed you even remembered that at that point. So he's hugging. I see him hugging like this with his face on the closet. And I'm like, what is this pill he's talking? Then all of a sudden just wham! And Tom it was like fucking Tyson knocked him out, bro. Bed that Devin was laying on gets pushed all crooked. Tom's between the bed and the window, just on the floor. You see hands on the mattress trying to pull himself up, but after about 30 seconds, it's just, I'm on floor. And he just grabbed 2 fucking pillows, and that was the end of it.
Oh, my God.
Had my own, Erica. Had my own.
So then I'm just like, Devin, all right, Tom, do you want some extra pillows, baby? Because we were trying to be like, Tom, get up. And like Devin was going to share his bed because he didn't want to be in the bed with me because potentially sick.
Yeah.
So Tom wouldn't get up. So we threw like extra pillows at him. I don't even know if he used them.
Oh, I did.
Shut the lights off. We all go to sleep. Probably an hour and a half later, I hear the like shuffling again. And I'm like turned on my right side now. So Tom's to the back of me. So when I open my eyes this time, I see that and what I did is I left the bathroom light on. After Tom fell, I got up and and Devin came out of the bathroom and I was like, I turned the light back on. I'm like, just in case We don't want him fucking stumbling around in pitch black dark, dude.
Mhm.
Like, okay. Sure enough, like an hour and a half later, I see him again, Spider-Man crawling on the wall towards the bathroom. He got in there, and I'm just in my head. I'm just like, please either puke in the shower or the toilet. Please either puke in the shower or the toilet. Don't puke on the floor. Don't puke in the sink. And then I could hear Tom just, and I could hear it going in the toilet. And I was like, oh. So the next morning I told him, I'm like, hey, man, fucking impressive that you got to the toilet. Because I told you, Tom, I was like, for how you were walking in our room, I was like, you should have died.
Yeah, possibly.
He could have snuggled up with either one of us. At that point, we were giving him the bad fucker was out.
He was already snuggling up with the toilet.
Dude was dead.
So at this point, I got to tell you guys, shout out to Mike and his buddy.
Well, hang on. No, because I told Tom in the morning, we're all chilling. And again, originally, like Erica, who's in the chat, was going to be kind enough and try to put together a shuttle for like our party. And it just got to be too expensive. It was cheaper for everyone to just kind of get themselves there and meet there. So that's what we did. And so we didn't go as early as everybody else. We kind of took a little bit to sleep in because Tom was a little bit of a herd unit. But I was telling Tom in the morning, I'm like, for how you were walking around, like, there's no way. That's a 5-6 block walk to the deuce. You're passing a few questionable people on the way. I was sitting outside some of these businesses. It is also a hopping place. A lot of cars coming up and down the streets. I'm like, the fact that you didn't get like your ass kicked and jacked, the fact that you didn't end up just wandering in the street and getting hit by a fucking car. I was like, dude, there's no possible way you got here on your own. He's like, I don't know.
Don't
Fast
know.
forward like 8 hours and we're sitting on the fucking deck while Fozzie's playing right after takeoff. And
yeah, this guy Mike comes over with his buddy. He just goes, "Hey man, how you doing today?" I go, "Good." He goes, "Do you not remember me?" I go, "Nope." He goes, "Yeah, we helped you get back to your hotel last night." I'm like, "Oh, that solves a mystery right there." Fuck yeah. And I only got his name. The buddy just was quiet as shit. So Mike and his buddy, thank you so much for getting me back to the hotel. Mike also told me that he tripped going down the hallway after getting me to the room and then took a little nap himself in the hallway. So, one drunk helping another drunk. We fucking got it. It's all good. I will say this, though. It is very, very good to make sure. Yeah, Mike is the true hero of the cruise. Absolutely, Jason. It's nice to know that I didn't get fucked with. That's nice. But if this would have happened on the boat, because we've all seen the videos of like guys stumbling in the hallway and then just falling. There's a step up to the fucking bathrooms on these cruises. I did not know this, and I guarantee you, if I had been this drunk on the boat, I would have gone face first into either the shelves to the left, as our cabin was, or to the mirror itself, and this whole fucking moneymaker would have been a whole different structure today. Okay, I'll tell you that much right now. Oh yeah, I got the Deuce sticker. Oh, they're not around here. I got one on my my Roadcaster case though. So, but yeah, that was what I woke up to, was thinking to myself, where's my hat? And I had the wherewithal probably after puking, and I believe I actually said to myself, because I remember this part, and I probably just said to myself as I was getting up, was like, time to get the poison out. I just walked, and the bathroom closet. This is the next morning. This is actually me.
This is actually the next morning.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
This is when we're waking up, but that is the closet that's the closet that Tom's just like, and then just fell back in between that curtain and the bed. How you got yourself to that position, because that is kind of where you ended up sleeping too. So
yes,
you were able to crawl yourself around. But again, night one of vacation right there. That's the results.
Yeah. So my where I was sleeping with my head on the pillow, my shoes and my hat and the sticker was inside the hat still, was all kind of tucked in there neatly. And then, woke up about 6:30, took the hottest shower I could possibly do for about 30 to 40 minutes. And the bathroom door is literally like a closet door. It's not thick. It's very, very thin, and it's grated for some reason. Like, it's just...
Tom seemed to be the only one concerned about this door.
I wasn't. Well, I was more concerned. Like, I could have probably just broke through the fucking door too. Like, it was not going to hold weight. So
yeah. So that's first night.
Was...
We get on the boat. We're not gonna. I'm gonna. I got a bunch of pictures loaded up. So I'm gonna just throw those out while we kind of just talk about the trip here. I get to the top.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. Grates, notches. I don't know. It's staggered or whatever. I don't know.
There's Fozzie playing. I assume this was when we took off the first.
We were still technically in port at this point, but because we ended up leaving port about.
This is Tom taking pictures of the talent like a creeper.
They were all there. I was like, "Fuck! What do you want me to do?" They're all just standing right there. Brad Williams, Hobbs.
Brad Williams looks like just a fucking piece of shit compared to fucking Hobbs.
Also, like
a little piece of shit.
Probably a little less than half the size. By the way, I love John so much. He wore this Ultimo Dragon mask almost the entire trip, and Ultimo Dragon was on the fucking ship.
Yeah. So that's
20 times.
Erica and Jason, right?
Yeah.
And so funny thing is, and JR, you've met Erica, of course. And
yeah.
Jason. And I met them on the very first cruise. I met John on the very first cruise. I met them.
Erica will get that over to your album too later.
I met them all separately, and then on the second cruise, I hung out with John a little bit, and I hung out with them a little bit, but never together. And then missed 2 cruises. I come back, and he's a part of this group that we ended up in with these guys. So it was just kind of funny, small world. This would be Tom and I with Val, who is ring announcer in the Chicago area. Does
Val Capone?
Val Capone does some work for our good friend Rabbi Jeremy.
Fine.
Down in the Chicago area. So cool to run into her on the boat.
Thank you, Dan, for the bit.
This is Tom and I making the Cozumel sign look fucking sexy.
Top shelf all the way, baby.
Shut up, JR.
We're doing our best.
This is also about the most we got out of Mexico. And also, that is our ship behind us. That's the ship we were on, the Pearl. Which is funny because you see that and it's like, man, look how big the ship is. When we were getting on the ship, there was a brand new Royal Caribbean ship parked in front at port. Like, it's brand new. Like, I think a couple days after we left, they had their inaugural cruise. And it's one of the Royal's biggest ships. I mean, Tom could tell you, this thing made our ship look like a fucking Hot Wheels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, icon of the sea.
Hey, Jesse, that was his choice. The Icon, yes. Thing was massive. Oasis is the largest, yeah. So there's us, me and Santino. I look fat. Dan was cool enough. Dan bought the belt, the cruise belt, and got to do the Q&A and invited me along. So I got to take part in that.
What question did you ask him?
I didn't. That was the thing. I kind of thought, like, for how much money you spend, everyone's going to get to ask a question. No, it's 30 minutes, and he kept pulling paper out of the fucking bucket, and he would read them, and...
Nope.
Here's a good one. So, we had the Vaudettes with Shaw Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's daughter is a part of that group. Tom instantly fell in love with the girls.
Of course he did.
What can I say? I was surrounded by a lot of attractive people this weekend, or that weekend.
Me and Austin Gunn and his chicken wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
He was very happy about that.
This was when Matt Cardona. This wasn't the match though. I think this is when they came in. So we saw Speedball Mike Bailey versus what's his last name? This guy,
Michael Oku.
Michael Oku, right? And Oku won, so he got to challenge Cardona for the Oceanic title. So when he won, I believe this is when they came out.
Yeah, Cardona and Steph DeLander confronted Michael Oku, and that was the result.
That's me with the Ultimo Dragon, the real Ultimo Dragon, not John. It was. I actually was with him when one person actually did come up and they're like, "Oh, it's Ultimo Dragon." Like, no.
Yes, it was.
Dude, it was a great match. So JR, something you would have loved, and I'll show you a video of a little bit of it. RJ City hosted an basically improv show.
Oh, cool. And you know, I get the. I mean, this goes way back to when I was wearing the mask days. You know, when he and David Arquette came up to New Hope, I got to open for him.
Yeah, shit.
No kidding.
We should have said that. I thought you did, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to bring it up. No, weather was great. Weather was great. We'll get a little bit into. Yeah, basically, whose line is it? It was hilarious.
Cool.
They had who was all up there? It was Santino,
John Morrison, Ty Valkyrie,
Johnny Cruz, or Johnny Choco.
Yeah,
and during that show,
Colt Cabana, Harley Cameron, Prince Nana, Aubrey Edwards.
Yeah, those were the people who did this. So this was the next night. Harley Cameron, RJ City, great people. She was hilarious.
She really was. The whole trip.
They were all great, but she is so funny. And then like I was rewatching some of the shit she's doing with Soraya and Ruby, and she's got some good comic chops. She's pretty fucking funny. Big fan of that. So Danielle Monet, Johnny Drink Kicker,
yeah.
That was happening a lot too. Very sweet, very nice to meet her. She was actually on our same floor, so we passed by her a couple times. Little group photo. This is afterwards as we're getting off. That's some of the crew right there.
Back of the terminal, Miami. Yeah.
All sad that we're about to go home. And then what else have we got here? CJ Perry, who was definitely in party mode the whole trip.
Certainly was.
They did wedding renewal vows in the ring. Jericho was the priest, I guess.
Officiant.
The officiant.
Hold on. Before let's also talk about the fact that there was somebody who got engaged on this boat.
Oh yeah.
And it was by far the most awkward, awful proposal I've ever heard in my life, because the man mentions that he's been divorced twice. What the fuck is that?
Legit.
Like, once he got to that point, I looked around and was like,
he's on one knee, JR, and literally throws out, well, it didn't work out the first two times. So it's like, what?
I feel like that's like a guy who all of a sudden is like, listen, I got like Wilt Chamberlain level numbers here of women I slept with, but you are the best. So I'm going to stop with you. It's like, holy shit, dude. Like, I can't believe she said yes. I literally walked by a security guard who just looked like he was kind of pissed off. I go, dude, that was the worst fucking proposal ever. And he just literally goes, fuck, you're telling me. I'm just like, I almost feel like I need to have that story, man. But like, dude, it was by far the low light of the cruise for me was to hear at least a ring announcer for some promotions down in Texas. Like, I don't know which ones, but I don't remember the guy's name, but to be that awkward and dumb at the same time
with
proves that there's a good portion of wrestling fans that are just not self-aware in the least.
And with that said, congratulations on your engagement, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Bruce Blair also got married. That was actually marriage for him.
So I'm going to share videos, guys, and we'll talk some more about the cruise. I loaded this as we were going on air. So it's not in order in any sort of order. What did she say? Yeah, the cruise kids. So there was a youngin, a couple of youngins that were there together that Jason and Erica and Danny and Jen and the rest of the crew adopted as their cruise kids.
Yes.
And brought them.
Great young couple.
Yeah, very nice kids. So all right, what's this one?
Feet. Hooray. Oh, this was Abaddon and Taya Valkyrie.
I don't know how to get that thing off.
I mean, great video though, right there. Johnny Cruise just coming through.
So all right, there's one. Can I like?
But that was really one of the only matches that really spilled out into the audience.
Well, oh yeah, I guess it kind of did. Oh no, no, I don't want to save it. Just let me close this shit.
Technical difficulties on Ace's part.
Fine, just save it. If it means I can get this out of here, is it say? Sorry, let me stop sharing while it's doing this. You guys can keep talking.
Just stop sharing and then move to the next one. We can get rid of them after.
Well, they're not even in there because I had to flip them. Okay, so this.
Oh.
Hang on, let me find because Santino kind of goes off in there. So we should probably play you.
Well, let's call him what he really is.
Well, hang on. That's why.
Oh.
Hang on, Tom.
All right. All right. Sorry, we should have had a script for this, everybody. Fucking seat of our pants talking about a cruise.
Well, so Santino, hilarious, right? For real, like hilarious.
So this was the shot. The castaway shot, if you will.
This is Fozzy playing their first song. Okay, hang on. So that wasn't it. I got so many videos down here.
By the way, if anybody in the chat, let us know if you can hear the audio. I'm not hearing it so much on my end, so I want to make sure you guys are able to hear the audio from some of these videos or not.
When you're sharing those, Ace, are you clicking, or have you uploaded them all?
No, I'll look and make sure I'm clicking it. I don't know if I opened everything, and that's what's pissing me off. Just because.
Okay.
Well, because I needed to flip them. They weren't because I recorded these for YouTube, not other things. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So
Yep.
I recorded them in landscape, which means they didn't translate. Let me find it. You guys keep talking.
We forgot the AV cables, but
huh?
Yeah, as Erica mentioned there, though, Santino Marella, when he drinks, turns into Funtime Tony. And Funtime Tony was hilarious the whole ride, the whole trip. Every time you saw him, I mean, I saw him a few times and just said, "Hey, Funtime Tony." He's like, "Ah." So I don't know if he was actually fully in the mode all the time, but I mean, he was so enjoyable to be around, and like he genuinely looked like he was having a good time too, which is fun. You know, you actually see the talent having fun too. I think that matters a lot. Couldn't hear Santino. All right.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah, not in that one. Actually, that was mostly Brad Williams just saying that a shot for him in comparison to everybody else was like a keg of booze, which funny.
Okay. Found it.
Yay.
Yay. Why were you two just sitting here quiet? Like fucking hate.
Well, Tom was talking about something, and then I was gonna say just as an aside, for those of you that live in the Twin Cities area, on March 9th, Tom and I will both be performing at the New Hope Cinema Grill.
Why?
Yes,
So
I have told several people about that.
Yeah, if you want to come and see me and Tom, at New Hope Cinema Grill, Tom will be the feature act. I'll be the headliner, and I still haven't figured out who I'm going to have for the MC, unless you want to do it, Ace.
Where's this at?
New Hope, Minnesota.
When?
New Hope Cinema Grill.
March 9th. I know you don't have any to worry about any shows that night because I'm working comedy that night. So, haha. I do actually hope people come out because that venue is only good if people are there. Because It's so vast. It is a movie theater basically most of the time, but when no one is there, you feel it so much more because it gets so vast. And I'll do shows in front of fucking 5 people. I don't give a shit, but like there, it's like, yeah, you 5. Why'd you all sit on the same fucking side?
Exactly.
Like, holy shit! Like, I'm gonna try to test everybody here. Can we bring in some servers, please? Just fill the tables.
Oh, Bret Hart's going to be up there. Is he going to be at the casino, Tina?
Oh, that might be that MAW Super Show.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
Fuck Bret Hart.
Hey. Stop with that language.
He's no honky tonk, man.
Hey, fuck Bret Hart.
Yeah, you could say all you want, but Bret screwing Bret. But if it wasn't for that moment, man.
No, and actually, I just never really did like him.
He
had no fucking personality.
You have no personality. I'm just kidding. That's so weird. Get into a weird fight for no reason. Jess is saying good evening there. Good evening. No, so the setting off too, we were a little bit delayed, but once you're on the ocean, man, like you just feel like you're fucking cruising. So
how long did it take for you before you could drink on the house?
Well, apparently as early as we wanted, if you were gonna just tip the dude, or because they say like an hour and a half after the dock or the boat leaves the dock is when the taxes are off then, and you're just on your drink package. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you got to pay taxes and stuff. And I know there's several times too. I know when, again, being new to this whole group and stuff like that, when we went down to one of the bars for the shot in remembrance of a past cruiser that has unfortunately passed on. I guess the bartender just basically looked at all the cards like, I'm not going to charge you all like the 5 cents for fucking taxes on fireball shots. So we did not do a Titanic moment. You can't actually get to the front of the boat there, Jesse. You're
congrats to him, Tina.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Very, very cool. But anyhow, what the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know.
JR never pays attention to me anyways, so yeah.
I just ask questions and then go on about my business.
That's fair. No, but so yeah, again, most of the bartenders weren't going to be really going back, and I mean they'll run your card and stuff like that too. Like, so you might have some charges towards the end, like they'll just throw on if you have a credit card or whatever. But for the most part, though, man, honestly, I had no charges on my card, which is good because I spent all that fucking money on land the night before. Mm. So I didn't do it the right way, obviously, everybody. Like, I understand this. I got to get buzzed up on the fucking cruise. But, yeah, several bartenders, like, I had a tendency to just kind of go into Oceans, which was the Irish pub on the cruise ship. And so one of the bartenders saw me so many times, he just knew that I was going to get a Jameson ginger ale and just started making it and just throwing he already knew I was a guest and that was on my drink package. So he didn't even run my card most of the time. And I tell you what, though, that Sunday night, all of the football fans that were disappointed, especially all of these Detroit Lions fans, because most of these people got on the boat because they thought there's no way our team fucking makes it to the NFC Championship game, because why the fuck would they worry about that? It hasn't happened since 92 or something like that. But, oh, my God, the disappointment when all of a sudden the 49ers pulled that one out of their fucking asses.
All right. Sorry, guys. This is the only way I can play it with audio for some fucking reason, but it's going to be
sideways.
Tip to the side. But at least you can hear what Santino is saying.
Hey.
And I promised myself that I'm never going to drink again, because when I drink, I transform into somebody called Funtime Tony. Now, Funtime Tony is fun for you, but Funtime Tony gets me in big fucking trouble. But you know what? It's been 4 years. One drink can't hurt, right? Funtime Tony. Funtime Let's keep drinking the whole fucking cruise. I'm gonna show you why Montantoni ruined my life. And I promise myself that I'm never gonna drink again because when I drink, I transform.
So I must have stopped. I must have
I
stopped.
think I
Then
have that, but
he ended it with, "When we go to Mexico, everyone bring drugs."
Oh, that was part of it too. Is that man? Oh man,
It's my kind of cruise.
Oh, you're gonna be drunk, that's for sure.
oh dude, yeah, that was the talk. Is I met Dan and Stacy down at not Majors, one of the bars. That was actually technically on the other side of where that bar was, but whatever. And then just moved some couches around, and so we were just chilling there watching the game. Frank Gazarian came over for a little while and sat with us. Bar City, basically, it was like right in the middle of Bar City. But honestly, man, like I kind of hate being a fanboy. Like it's Frank Gazarian. Like I know who he is, obviously, but I also don't feel like I need to talk to him like he's just a wrestler, like it's part of the problem with some of these things is I don't really like to want to talk to them about what they're involved with. I would rather just try and talk to them like a human being. Well, in this situation, it's like, hey, Frank, you got a team? No, I don't really give a shit. I'm more of more of a Rams guy. Like, oh, have the Chargers caught on there? Nah, fuck them. So he's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, the cruise is kind of a play because everybody gets over that shit right away. And then there's designated times to go get your autographs and pictures. So really, everybody's just partying together, like everyone.
Give the people one reason why they should like you. Let's start with you, sir. You're on. Hi, I'm Frank Antoni. Give the people
That's all I have.
reason why they should like you. Let's start with you, sir.
Magnums, that's what it was. Yeah, Magnums.
That was all I had. I didn't want to record that whole show.
Yeah, I recorded clips of Eleanor Kagan. No, yeah, Rigby. One of the comedians there. I got a couple of like about a 30-second clip of her set that first night, and she's hilarious out of Philadelphia. She's hilarious. Now living in LA, but God, I should really be better about fucking promoting other comics on this show, I suppose, right? But
all right, we watched that. Again, sorry that these are sideways. Watch the YouTube, subscribe, because hopefully in the next couple of weeks they'll be. First time I've ever. That's all you guys are getting. Sorry. If you want to see the more of this, sign up for pre-sale. Get on the boat yourself. It will sell out. It's a blast. I enjoyed the fact of, and no offense to my nephew, I love him. You guys know this. But the first two cruises, it was just him and I. And we hung out, like the first one, I hung out with Jason and Erica quite a bit. I hung out with John quite a bit on those first two, but then there was also a lot of dead time of just me and Devin, which is fine. But it was kind of nice having Tom there to be, because, Devin is a quiet kid. He likes to just sit and watch his phone. But it was great to then just, be a part of this group that we got to hang out with. Again with Jason and Erica, who really were the ones that Erica was the one that invited us into that chat and into that group. So I thank you guys for that. We had a blast, and it seemed like the entire cruise, we always ran into somebody from the chat that we have known. And so, I mean, we really did get to hang out with all these people a majority of the cruise, and it was really a lot of fun. Man, I'll tell you one high. I'll tell you one thing, JR. You're going to love this.
All right.
So we were walking, gosh, I don't even remember. I think we were walking into one of the lines for the autographs or something, or for the pictures, and Tom had his 2 Count shirt on. Oh no, we were walking on the pool deck. I think we were going to the merch store. And Tom was in front of us, and he's walking, and for whatever reason, he was like a little bit in front of us. I don't know if he was trying to like run or what, but as he like walks by, and he's like maybe 5 feet in front of me, I come up behind him. Yeah, we saw Dan and Stacey a whole lot more. We fucking ran into them at the terminal.
Yeah.
Eric's a blast. You need to meet her, Stacey. And yeah, Devin saw you guys a lot too. I walk by these 2 dudes sitting at a table. I just overhear them, and I hear the one guy go, "Did you see that shirt? Wow, I thought that said 2 cunts." I grabbed Tom. I run. I like catch up real quick, and I grab him. And I'm like, "Yo, these motherfuckers just said you're wearing a shirt that says the 2 count." I was like, "Fucking Joe, baby." I couldn't help but laugh, dude. I was just like, if only Joe Malenko was here, or JR, would anyone else understand why?
Oh
this
my
is so
God.
great.
One of the funniest things ever to this day that we've done a lot of fun stuff, but there's nothing funnier than Joe Malenko thinking that it said the 2 cunts.
Yeah. I have that photo somewhere. I need to get that to you guys too. So obviously the day in Cozumel did not turn out the way that we expected. Also, we actually had planned on getting an excursion, just going to a private beach and just being able to swim and just kind of hang out, take it easy. That got canceled last minute. So we ended up just being in the port of Cozumel and getting barked at the whole fucking time by everybody and their mother, quite literally telling us, "Hey, you want to? Oh, my shop next. Come on in. Like, oh, free shots tequila. Go fuck yourself." I know how this fucking
Free
works.
shots.
Every fucking store, bro. Free shots of tequila. Free shots of tequila.
Shut the fuck up,
Dude. I came out of the bathroom, right, and these 2 were sitting over by like this little pavilion where like these 2 ladies were giving out massages and stuff. And so when I walked out, they weren't immediately in front of me, so I did a left and a right. Well, when I go look to the right, and then I go back to the left, all of a sudden I hear that, "Hey, yo, we're right here." And when I turn, it's the fucking dudes at the store being like, "You looking? Come here. And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah."
But the thing is,
we heard from another cruiser that apparently that massage there in Cozumel was $20, and these 2 women were working on this dude by like just him alone, 4 hands going in. I'm like,
yeah, Tom and I were both like, "Fuck, that might feel real good on our backs." Because
yeah.
I'm not going to lie, the one real big drawback to the Jericho Cruise, or if you plan on going, just be prepared. Maybe
wear the right shoes.
Wear the right shoes. Maybe hit the gym a little bit before the cruise, a couple months before, get yourself ready. Maybe do some stretching every morning before you get out there, because you are going to be sore. It is so much standing.
Mm-hmm.
So JR, we got to get you ADA approved if you come on the cruise, so you don't have to stand. Just get a doctor note. You get to hang out with Dan then. And yes, the thermal suites may be something I look into next year.
What's that?
Yeah,
it's the thermal suite. They have like jacuzzis and like a cool tub and a sauna.
Oh wow!
Bunch of shit. It's like $200 for the whole weekend, unlimited pass. In the spa.
Yeah, Dan can give you all the details about how to be ADA compliant or get registered. But here's what I want to say about Cozumel, though. So came away with some nice Vikings trinkets, like that. I got an Aztec mask that's going to be in the living room. I got a Lucha Libre mask that's actually just sitting on the bed in here. That I can probably pull
put it on.
All right. Well, hold on. I got to show you the real prize, and because I haven't hung it up yet. We got an airbrush tattoo artist to
JR. Check this out.
Make this.
Oh,
look
wow.
at this fucking beauty. This is real talent right here.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, like it's lacquered up nice and everything like that. This is pristine.
Took the dude like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
no kidding.
No time whatsoever to do that, but oh man, so cool. Let me get the mask on. I'll try and pull a return of the Mask Comedian X here. Give me a second.
There you go. By the way, just if you're in the chat, I just got notice that one of our suppliers of stuff, swag, will be making available temporary tattoos. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's right. Ace got
Ace,
his
you look
cowboy.
like yours kind of looks like the guy on Wrestle Talk from Canada. I can't think of his name.
Who are you talking to? Me or Ace? It's hard to hear. What now?
Ace.
Yeah, mine's better.
Ace looks like the guy on Wrestle Talk because your whole mouth is out there. Well, I guess yours is too, Tom.
This thing is not sewn square.
Well, maybe your head's lopsided.
Fuck you.
That's his head, not his mask.
Hey, put your mask on, JR.
Woo!
Fuck, Tom, put it back on. It's the first time we're all going to be in masks.
What?
It's the first time we're all going to be in masks. Put it back on.
Ah, fuck. Well, that's the whole thing. I can barely fucking hear.
Blue one.
Oh, so you got a bigger head than I do. We did see a couple that we were like, that looks like it could be big enough for
I think it'll work.
Yeah.
I won't hear nothing.
God damn it. This is a bad idea now.
Tell me that took it off right away. Hey, it's the Mascot podcast.
Now we're talking, brothers. I mean, sí.
Sí. No,
El escalero, muchacha.
Oh, look at you.
Tempest from Wrestle Talk. There you go.
Right. Ace's mask makes him kind of look like Tempest. Thank you.
Look at that. They're going to get you in the mobile mafia, JR.
But I can walk around and
Ludafiskadors. Very funny.
I like that. Yeah, absolutely take a screenshot.
Please do.
So here's the thing. When I was out there in
do it, Jason.
in Las Vegas, man, I'll tell you, I had to I had 11-hour days, so and it was all on my feet. So
well,
I'm not
hold on here,
about
Jason. You may not be able to buy an El Jericho mask because we're not going to Mexico next year. It's going to.
He said he'll buy it for the next cruise. So
for the next. Oh, okay. I thought you said. Sorry, but no, yeah, we're going to Dominican Republic next year. That's the big news.
Yeah.
New York City.
New York City. Okay, we can take the mask off.
You sure? I mean, because now that I got it on.
I mean, it's just so hard for me to hear. I'll be real honest with you.
I'll be honest with you guys. We put the mask on. We lost 5 people.
Oh, yeah. Take them off.
Like, the gimmick is over.
People are like, look at these idiots.
Those fucks are putting masks on again.
I know for sure. I know Tom's going. I'm going. Devin's going. Tim Nella is going. Real quick. Let me show you this, guys, because this is the other video talking about our time in Cozumel.
Senor Frogs.
Give her some of that back.
No, because this is assault, brother. That poor woman had to touch me. That's gross.
The point to Devin, like, do you want one? And he's just like,
no.
Tom paid for me to have one beforehand, but Tom didn't record it.
No. Mostly because that is assault still.
I was smart enough to whip the phone out as soon as she did it to Tom. Yeah, man, that was just kind of what we did.
Thanks, Stacy. I'll get in touch with you. I'm still trying to figure out whether I can go. I'm talking to my kid about going too. So we're going to try to figure it out here before.
I mean, yeah, but Erica, where else were the senior frogs in the Bahamas?
The other thing too, though, is that wasn't the plan.
No.
So what we did, JR, we had an excursion booked to go to Pleasure Island.
Passion Island.
Passion Island.
Which is not really where you want to go with two other dudes in your party, and then
no. But then once we checked in, but it was just the island. Like, really, it's just a private beach with like all inclusive. So we were gonna do that, and we get off the boat. We check in with them. They send us into our little corner while we're waiting for the boat to come get us. And then like eventually they're just like, "Sorry guys, we have to cancel. There's some really bad winds coming in. We don't know if we're gonna be able to get you back on the boat." Okay, cool. Problem is, those winds came, and they did get crazy. Like, we were sitting at Senior Frogs, we probably would have got hit with water for how big the waves were going, because the winds did really pick up the last few hours we were in Cozumel.
Pinocchio ass.
I'm a real boy. Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, the ship got canceled. And then we were trying to find just a beach to maybe just jump in. There is actually like areas you could technically climb in and swim in the Caribbean Sea there or whatever, the Gulf, I guess, in Cozumel. But they didn't open that up until we were already back on the ship. So we just decided, if we didn't get our beach excursion, we're just going to go and hang at the pool. And
you just hopped in by the boat?
Wow.
We could have. We didn't realize we could have. And then when we got back on it, we were on our balcony, which that was nice.
Well, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, like
we saw everybody doing it. And it was
the beach at the port open.
Yeah, but it was so cool to say we were in Mexico. I guess we were like, so that meant we were like, okay, well, that's another reason we're coming back, because we're getting our beach day. Coming back to Mexico for our beach day. Yeah, and then now they're not going to Mexico.
Now you got to go climb a mountain.
Well, or something like that. But I was able to get up early enough and get to the one of the sunroofs or roof decks or whatever to get a good video as the boat's getting into port and before the sun's really up. So, yeah, more. There's a lot of people who are, I think, especially multiple timers that are actually very excited about going to the Dominican Republic instead of Mexico this next time too. But.
So how late did you guys usually stay up into the night?
It depends.
Well, okay, first of all, let's just say it. Tom and I are two different guys. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I was up at 5:30 and at the gym at 6 today. I'll do it again tomorrow. Like, I'm not a late night guy anymore, and I'm a kind of an early riser. So there was one night, was it the first night or second night, that like both of us were up pretty late, or like we both were up. Here's the deal. Yeah. Like we were not up as late as most of the people.
No, but I mean, at least not out and up, because we were pretty close to the atrium area and we could hear the music. So we were hearing it still until like 2:00 in the morning. Yeah, we have mountains in our time. Thanks, Eric. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it was the second night we were up pretty late, and I even think the third night, that Sunday of the trip, because we were even saying like, "Oh, I don't want to be up too late for that Monday." But
this is the deuce.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Fun fact. I learned that neon did not go in until this bar was part of a Miami Vice scene.
Oh yeah, we were told that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
they wanted to Miami beach it up, so they added this neon light.
I'll tell you what, Tom, and you may. Well, you were up there too, Ace. That put that back up again. That reminds me a lot
of Diamonds.
Willie's. Willie's up in Coon Rapids.
Yeah, it does actually. As far as and
the way that
we're just literally talking one dive bar over another dive bar at this point.
Yeah.
Which, if you didn't know, by the way, a little side note for anybody who does live in the Twin Cities area, a good friend of mine, Corey Swap, he tried calling me for about a cup of coffee, but he decided to just get in the barbecue business. He's actually taking over that property that was Willie's, and he is moving his barbecue shop over there. So Jelly Bean Julia's will now be in Coon Rapids.
Oh wow!
So that's huge news. And if you guys really are in the area and want good barbecue, that's really the place to go, if you ask me. But I might be a little biased because it's a friend of mine. But yeah, so speaking of that, but side note, Yeah, that's the Max Club Deuce there. I will never forget it. And my wallet will never forget it either. And
Till next year.
till next year. Yeah.
Just think of all the money you vomited.
Honestly, I don't like to think of it like that because it feels like it's wasted money, and I don't like to live my life like that. I live my life.
I mean, you
$10 at a time.
But
That should be a
ones,
fucking T-shirt, right? I live my life $10 at a time.
Oh my god, that's
you heard it here first. 2 Count presents I live my life $10 at a time. A one-man show. It's vomit inducing is what I've been told by the fucking critics.
I'll tell you what, it was a cool bar. It was not giant, not anything crazy, but it was cool.
No. And there's no, by the way, with that picture too, there's no room really between the bar and the mirror behind you. It is basically single person. There's enough to like slowly scooch by if everybody kind of just gives you the, sucks in the gut, gets up to the bench there. But I would wear that shirt. Well, the fucking merch trip before the next cruise. Then how about that? Yeah. I gotta write this shit down before I forget it. Otherwise I come back and watch our own shows. No one wants that.
So, I said that RJ City's like show, that was a pretty high point for me. I very much enjoyed that. All the wrestling was great. It was because you get little things that you don't see them do. Like we got, first of all, Prince Nana.
Dude.
I almost feel bad for him just for how much he had to fucking dance on this boat because everywhere he went, people, Prince Nana, and then as soon as Daniel Garcia got on the boat, I feel like it was the same thing. Yeah, it's total house show shenanigans. Like you see stuff on this boat that you're not going to see on TV, probably even on like an actual house show if it was in the U.S.
Right.
So we got main event was Mike Speedball Bailey, Chris Jericho, and Big Show teaming up against who was it?
It wasn't the Outlanders, was it? Or the Outrunners?
Well, there would have still been one more too, though. Wasn't it Swerve? Wasn't it Swerve in his group?
No.
Oh, it was Callis, Don Callis' group.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Hobbs and Fletcher.
Yeah. So it was those guys, which then was it Private Party or somebody came out, or the Guns came out and jumped them all at the end, right? So then you get your little Legends melee of who was out first. It was Ultimo, wasn't it?
No, Ultimo was last, I believe.
It wasn't.
Was it 3D or no? The Dudleys. God,
it must have been. So Devon and Bully Ray come out. Santino comes out. Ultimo comes out. That was like the legit match of the cruise. And then and first time ever. It's got to be the first time ever that we've seen an actual table spot on a boat. Because they had an actual table, and Devon and they all did their thing. Santino did the Cobra, Ultimo did his thing, the Dudleys did their thing with the and then the table.
And Brad Williams came out for this spot too. So he's the one who actually delivered it to Austin Gunn.
Yeah, and Brad Williams also got involved in the Lance Archer match.
Really?
Yeah, not really a good decision for him.
How far did he get thrown?
Probably not far enough in comparison to probably how far he could have gone, but also he was only involved kind of more here and there, not necessarily too much action other than hitting the what's up to Austin.
So Brad more than likely is going to be involved going forward. He has been forever. He is he books the comedy for the boat.
Director of comedy, I think, is his title.
Yeah, but the cool thing about Brad is I did go up to him and thanked him for doing our show and stuff, and he was very nice about it. But the thing is, you see him out enjoying everything. He was out. You were getting your picture with Jericho and Stacy.
Dan.
Oh, and Dan.
Stacey gave me her spot.
Yeah. So he went and got his picture with Jericho because the first. So like if we like book tonight, when you book at your pre-time, I think you get the picture automatically with Jericho.
Jericho.
And you get a couple extra gifts. Well, while we were doing that, it's like 11 a.m. and that Vaudette group is on the main stage in the pool area. And instead of performing, they were actually teaching a full routine to whoever wanted to learn it and running through it. And then they all did it as like a group on the pool deck. Fucking Brad's down there. I thought they were doing yoga. And then I quickly realized, no, they're actually doing the dance. And Brad was down there the whole fucking thing, doing the whole, I mean,
doing his little midget thing.
He was everywhere. First 400 cabins get that picture with Jericho. So yeah, he's someone that you see around a lot. Jericho, you may not see him a lot, but he is around. He still was. A lot of people saw him randomly throughout. He checks out all the shows still. And he says that on the boat. He still, he's so much a part of booking everything that he wants to watch it all too. The Guns were around a lot. So
yeah, the Guns were around.
And Frankie walking around a lot. Hobbs, man, I saw Hobbs so many times on the boat. We got to catch up with our good friend Boom Colt Cabana.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very nice to see him. Very cool seeing him all week on the boat and being able to kind of just be like, "What's up, buddy?"
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jericho did take part in judging the gimmick gala. And let me just tell you all this.
Oh, Tom has a bone to pick.
I did not get selected for this gimmick gala. And so many of these marks were just marking out for their favorite wrestlers. There was no real original gimmicks. There was really no real surprises. Just people being other people.
We had
what the fuck?
We had the Riot, or not the Riot Squad, but we had Soraya and Ruby,
the Outcast,
and one of them has a service dog, so they dressed the service dog up as Tony Storm.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Which there was a lot of Tony Storm cosplay going on the boat.
Wait a minute, was the dog black and white?
No.
What a bunch of bullshit!
But no. But you know what was good is Luther was the ring announcer all weekend.
Oh.
So anytime he had to ring announce Deonna Purrazzo, he would always just be like, "This," then when it was her turn, and Deonna Purrazzo, and then just like walk out.
And then some city in Jersey.
Yeah, it was funny. And then you had Cruise Flair, who's been on every cruise. Nice guy. Cruise Jesus was in it. Yep, he's always cool.
He ended up winning the damn thing.
He ended up winning the ding. We had a Seth Rollins cosplay, which was actually pretty fucking good. Like really good dude. Had the mannerisms and everything down like Seth. Like,
yep.
And everyone
wearing a woman's suit basically too.
Yep, and everyone was doing the song when he came out. I was mad that that the sound guys didn't shut the music so we could do it and hear just that. They kept the background music on. From the Dez and Taryn show, we had
Taryn and Dez show.
Sorry, I know. I always
because Taryn will rip your fucking nipples off.
He told that.
That's what Dez told us.
Yeah. So, Dez was he was. What if Shawn Michaels never found his smile? And he was because he's a little bigger than Shawn Michaels.
HBKFC is what his moniker was.
Yeah. There was 2 people out of everyone that was in this thing that weren't just cosplaying basically another superstar that actually had like their own thing. One was some like kid in a trench coat. And the
Which
other
is always still spooky if you really will. I mean, I remember Columbine. That's not something I need to say.
Yeah. Too soon.
Is it? 20 years? Yeah.
Maybe it was the Masked Flasher.
Well, and then the other one was this like clown, like this like psycho clown. Otherwise, though, there was no originals.
Yeah. No top shelf to really compare themselves to, which is not easy to compare yourself to the top shelf, but you know.
Erica, I see what you're saying in there. I'm not going to necessarily bring that up on here, but I agree. And we talked about that, Tom and I, that night. Yeah, the clown actually was good. He was creepy. Like everybody's
Very
weird
creepy.
and whatever, and he just kept it going. Like he just stared and then did like the little creepy laugh, and that was it. So yeah, but yeah, Tom the entire time was, this is fucking bullshit. I didn't get, how is it? This is even top shelf. Oh, this is stupid. Like
I didn't say it was stupid. I said it could have been better. Clearly, it could have been better. You add the top shelf, makes everything fucking better. The show, for example, way better with me on it.
Oh, wait a minute. Things were going along on this show so well. We're an hour 20 in, and now you got to go back to your fucking...
I just meant me being added to this program with the 2 count, okay? I mean, it's the best decision y'all made for this fucking program, okay? You know it. Don't try to avoid it. You're aware now. Numbers don't lie, JR. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But you can find them as fucking many ways you want.
But so yeah, Cruise was a huge success. Tom's coming back. I'm going. Devin's going. We got Tim Nella, 24/7. Savage is coming, which we already know is gonna be like the party. You're coming. There may be another couple people, 1 or 2 people coming. We're waiting on bated breath here for JR and his kid to say they're coming, because they should just say they're coming.
Yeah, they should just say they're
They
coming.
should just say they're coming and fucking just come. You should sign up for the pre-sale right now so you can get in.
I signed up for the pre-sale 2 days.
Ah, that a boy!
Here's the thing. You guys, and maybe you can give me some insight, more Tom than anybody else. So you guys know that my son is a giant.
Yes.
And one of his concerns is that he will not be comfortable.
Right.
One of his concerns is that the beds are tiny. And so that's kind of where we're at.
That's understandable. I will say, depending on how you sleep, even with the single, there is enough length that you should be good. Now, there was, again, some nights where I just got back into the room and that was the thing. There was one night I was planning on going back out. I was starting to fall asleep during the comedian set, and I didn't want to do that, to a fellow comedian. So I went back to the room. I was just going to take a quick nap and come back out and like maybe watch some of the later bands and stuff, and just falling asleep until about 3 o'clock, getting up, taking out the contacts and stuff like that. But that night, my feet were sticking out past the end of the bed. And that was just how I slept, like I basically slept face down, feet were just kind of dangling there, more comfortable that way anyways. But I had no problem with it, especially if it's just going to be 2 of you guys in a room. I think you should be fine. The 3 of us in a room was a little bit much, just because the little couch is then pulled out to be a bed, and that's where Devin was. So it gets a little tight that way. But if it's just 2 of you guys in same, like say it's a similar size room to what we had.
But the other thing you got to remember too, it's only tight. It was only tight for a little bit, because during the day, if we went back to the room, they're so good about making up your room like the minute you walk out of it in the morning.
Right.
When you go back, that couch is already folded back in. Our beds are made. The entire cabin's cleaned up. So here's the deal, JR. We did, because in our chat yesterday, and when Tom said we should just get the penthouse, I was like, splitting that penthouse between 5 of us, it's only ends up would probably be like $100 extra than what we paid for that balcony.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. Unfortunately, there's only 9 of them on the boat, and they're sold out.
Oh, of course.
So the lady from Sixth Man that I talked to yesterday, because I called to double check, just in case there's something on the internet wrong, I explained to her that 2 of the gentlemen in our group are much larger men and are worried about comfort. And she definitely said, yeah, if you can't get the penthouse, tell them to get their own room. You don't want to stack a bunch of you in like a balcony room. She's like, if they're bigger guys, tell them to get like their own either balcony or inside room, just the 2 of them, and they should be fine.
Well, and I will say this though, the one thing that is you're gonna feel the most, and Erica brought up Satin, I'm saying, and so I don't know what accommodations the Stars would have, but the shower is a little bit tight for me, so it would be a little bit tight for both of you guys, and even the shitter is a little bit tight to the wall for most guys. So, but I'm just saying, like, that would be, caveats, because you can obviously use other shitters, and there's plenty of room.
Yeah,
and
I mean, and there's bathrooms all over the boat.
Yeah. And the shower,
the shower. Well, the shower also has it is big enough. It's bigger than you think it would be on a cruise ship,
Right.
but it does have a removable head.
Yeah.
So you can just
everything will get washed still. It's more of a matter of, obviously it's not going to be as roomy as a hotel room or anything like that. You are on a boat. But I was generally concerned about that going in, but I figured, you know what, I'll figure it out. I'll find, we'll make it work, kind of thing. And I think it worked out pretty well. I will say you will need to make sure where the outlets are for a CPAP machine, because our ace had to sleep the different way than the bed was originally made up, just because had to run the cable for the CPAP machine. So
I would just bring an extension cord that you're allowed to bring. There are do's and don'ts, JR, but dude, we'll tell you all that once you're booked.
Well, see, now that's good to know. The club balcony has a larger bathroom.
Yeah. But if you guys want to do it cheap, the interior rooms, when they split the beds, one side of the bed is up against the wall. So if there's any fear of rolling off, there's really only one side you can roll off on.
And once the boat was going, actually, I swear to God, I haven't slept fucking better in my life. I mean, it kind of rocks you to sleep, and the smooth jazz ambiance from the atrium, and by jazz I mean rock and roll. But
good point, Erica. There you go. See that, JR? You put the comment on the screen, but you didn't even read it.
I put the comment on the screen.
Oh, you did.
Not everything is up to JR and you, by the way. I can do some shit around here.
Fuck
this
you.
Fucking star. What?
Fuck you. The thing about the room, JR, is you really only in there to shower and sleep. You really are. We didn't really go back. I think maybe twice on the actual cruise, I took a nap, but that was it. And there's so many places on the boat that you can just go sit and chill. So many, between all the bars, all the restaurants, all the just commons areas, the atrium. There's just the pool deck. There's even, I didn't go to it, but there's a library and shit like that. There's just so many places that you can go chill.
It will be a different boat next year, though, too. It'll be the Gem next year.
It will, but that was the second cruise, I think, was on the Gem. Or the first cruise.
Wow. I don't know. The balcony was almost a little too sweet to fucking pass.
Oh, my God, dude. See, that's just it. I loved that balcony. I actually did spend some time. Every night before bed, I probably sat on the balcony for a half hour to an hour just chilling, because the first night we sat there for how long, Tom, finishing our last drink, and it was just this is so nice, so peaceful, watching the ocean. The second was on the Gem. Yep. They're almost mirrored, actually. They're sister ships.
Yeah, I mean, basically the balcony view is exactly what JR has behind him there. So I mean, I think it was worth it, but that's I also don't know what the interior rooms look like, so
they're just way smaller, because they're basically the bed's the bathroom and the closet, and there's no window, which is actually really nice sleeping, because the thing is, it just, when you wake up in the morning, it's still pitch black because there's no window.
Tiny, though. Tiny, says Jason.
They're not. Are you talking to us, JR? Because your mic is off.
Sorry about that.
Son of a bitch.
That's been off for the last 15 minutes.
Probably.
He's just not even paying attention.
I've been
to
making
anymore.
Great points and insulting Tom, and none of it's going over.
First of all, we all know that you don't make great points and insult me in the same breath. That's for damn sure.
I do. Oh, yes, I do. Do we need to run tape back again? I would just say the when I got married way back when, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas for our honeymoon. We had an interior room, and my head touched the wall, and my feet touched the wall. So
I don't remember them being that. I don't know.
I'm just. I mean, and I know that they're all updated because those ships were ancient.
Yeah,
but it still makes me nervous.
Well, so I know I didn't have.
I
that
think
issue
you
again.
can go, JR. I think you can go on the website and actually look at the rooms, and I think they give you dimensions.
Yeah.
Wake up in the interior, have no clue what time it is. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's one of the reasons I decided I didn't want to do it. It's just because.
Well, here's the deal, though, Tom.
So
you were in our room, and how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
And you're how tall, JR?
6'4".
And shrinking.
You would have been. You would have been fine in our room because Tom was fine. Which makes me think you'll be fine in an interior room too, because these boats were made after 2000, and they were both renovated in the last 5 years.
Actually, I think the Pearl we were just on, I think was from that video that you shared with me. I think it was 2021. I want to say. And
I thought I heard this one got renovated after that one, or maybe it was right before it. The one that we're going to be on next year. So, you know, the other thing too is you can always call Norwegian. They'll help you out. Or I mean, if you guys got the money, you can just get yourselves the balcony. You two in a balcony, I think, would be plenty for the two of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Just, throwing it out there, trying to sell you a little bit more on the cruise that you should go with your two co-hosts here. But, whatever, you fucking do whatever you want to, no big deal.
Hey man, you deserve a vacation after selling all them TVs.
No shit, dude. You tell those motherfuckers you have to fuck off?
No.
You should.
I'm kind of used to paying for bills and shit, though.
Same height as
Hornswoggling jabronis. Come on, Mike. You ain't over like that. You can't call us jabronis.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. What did we get for free? Oh, it's over there. We got free lunchbox and free lunchboxes.
Yes.
What? I'll go get it. Hang on.
Yeah, I need to see the lunchbox because I don't know if you know this, Tom. I think Ace knows this. I don't know if I have a massive lunchbox collection, vintage.
Do you really? Well, that's swell.
Yeah, they're all boxed up down at my mom's house in Iowa.
Yeah, I've seen JR's lunchbox collection. It's massive.
I was gonna say, make me an offer. I'll sell you mine.
Very nice.
Jericho fighting the eel. It's nice. It's a nice material. It's a good classic metal lunchbox. Mine's full of all the keepsakes from the first cruise here for me.
Thanks for hopping in, Jason. We appreciate it, buddy.
Love you, Jason.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate it. Good meeting you on the cruise. Lots of fun. We'll have some more later.
Can't wait to do it again.
Ooh, third period.
Do it. Devils. Yes, the two cunts.
I love it. Love you guys. Don't fight over the game. Again, that's another cool thing is you just meet everybody's there for the same reason. So everyone, for the most part, is extremely cool. And you would think with so many people having an unlimited drink package and just getting wasted, I only saw like maybe 2 people the entire time I was on the boat that I was like, whoa. And one of them was like the last night.
Yeah. That Uso looking motherfucker. There was literally there was a couple of guys, I guess, that had one guy for sure. He plays the Undertaker in the Young Rock. He was on the boat. He did the belly flop competition. Prince Nana recognized him. Then this guy also gets talent credentials. And I think this other Uso looking motherfucker, like I said, he was drunk off his ass. And I think he was a friend of this dude's. So he got, way too liquored up and like bumped into me one time. Didn't even know what he was fucking doing. I was like, listen, man, I've been there just a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Shout out to our
dude.
My God, yes, Erica.
That fucking dude, I wanted to smack the shit out of him.
So JR, we're it's a little bit late night dining. Me and Tommy and Devin go to have some food, and Jason and Erica are both there, so we sat with them, right? So we're all sitting at the buffet, and Abaddon and her dude come, and they sit like a table down and over. Or no, sorry, this drunk dude comes, and he's sitting like in a booth by himself, fucking wasted. Food sitting there, he's not touching it. Well, they come and they like walk by his booth, and he's like, they were like, "Can we sit?" He was like, "Ah." This dude can't talk. He's so drunk, and all of a sudden he went from this to they sit down, and he's all, "Ah!"
Oh wow!
And he's like trying to like, "Ah!" And they're like, you can tell they're now picking up like,
oh shit,
dude,
We gotta go.
We're all sitting at our table, and we're all just like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, someone should go help them. Someone should go help. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh shit, he's gonna fall on him now. Oh my god." Like, it was bad. Actually,
almost fell out of the booth too. Fucking.
I saw 3 drunk people, like really, really drunk, and 2 of them were in the buffet.
Jesus.
Yeah. And there's some people who were just walking through the buffet acting like they were drunk because they were just fucking oblivious to everything else, like a typical fuckhead would be. But
so, Tom, what was your drink of choice for the cruise this year?
Oh, I was pounding down those Jameson ginger ales, or if I was on the pool deck or the 13th level too, that area, drinking some daiquiris, getting some of that sweet rum in me. So
they had specialty drinks, right? JR?
Didn't try a single one of them.
I tried the margarita one, and it almost tastes peachy. I hate peach, so I didn't want that anymore. But anytime I'd go to the bars and ask for a margarita, they'd give me that one. So I had to start specifying, like, I want a lime. And then, because we're on the pool deck and it's hot, and I'm like, I'm sweating, I want a cool drink. I started being like, hey, can I get like a frozen lime margarita? And man, like one bar, the bar on the upper level of that pool deck, like that guy, I gave him $20. He was just like, yeah, I'll make them every time. Come back and see me. But man, one of them down there on the actual pool deck was trying to. First he said no, then he pointed at the other one, and I was like, I don't want that. I want a frozen lime. And he goes and makes it, and like, I mean, I felt bad because people were in line, but I was like, I fucking paid for my drink package, bro. Give me my fucking drink. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Mango Meltdown was Stacy's go-to. It's good to know.
I'm just looking right now on the prices, and it looks like all the penthouses are gone. The aft-facing club balcony suite is gone. Balconies on floor 9 are gone.
Dang.
What? Our balconies gone? These motherfuckers.
Well, there's balconies on 10 and 8 too.
Well,
that's all right, because we were on 9, and either way, we're gonna hear all that shit.
Yeah. If you're midship, you're gonna hear everything from the atrium. That's all I know, because it resonates up the stairwell, and we weren't that far from the midship stairwell and elevators. Which, by the way, Dan, I don't know. Dan, Stacey, let us know. By the way, I'm glad I can walk fairly well with little to no problems, because the elevators, holy fuck, were they busy? Jesus, I mean, I could not imagine having to wait for them that often. Because I'm just saying, fucking the elevators. Am I the only one talking right now? Can you guys hear me?
You're the only one talking.
I mean, but there's a couple times literally we got on an elevator once, and it was Deanna Perazo, Harley Cameron, Aubrey Edwards, and then I think it was all the talent. And then there's like one of their friends was also on the elevator. I was just like, it's the hottest elevator ride I've ever had in my life. Just saying.
It was a very enjoyable time. Okay, let's wrap up cruise since we only have like 20 minutes. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff happening this week. We had the Royal Rumble. We got what was it? Bailey, big winner. Fuck yeah. We got Cody Rhodes winning. Big surprise, right?
Yeah, back to back.
Big surprise. Let's also, can we also address the fact that was it 3-4 weeks ago they came out and said, "Oh, we're not going to finish the story this year for Cody." Like, this came out. Am I wrong?
I don't recall. I know that if I remember correctly, the initial intent was to have Punk versus Roman. But of course, Punk, as fragile as he is now, hurt himself again. I mean, let's be honest. He needs to get some plastic parts put in him, like Rey Mysterio. Otherwise, he's going to be done.
No shit.
I mean, I'm not trying to, clearly the guy's an athlete because he does shit that I can't do. But every time he gets in a ring now, he gets hurt, and it's not great. It's not a good look. But having said that, my understanding was that initially, Punk was supposed to win had he not gotten hurt.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Like, again, like I said, I had read that they said Cody wasn't going to finish the story this year at Mania. So whatever. But like, so we got told that. People, here's where I'm confused. Obviously, we see Cody win. We see Cody pointing to Roman. We see Roman pointing back and blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to SmackDown. Yeah, and that's the thing. But here's the deal. Like, people are so legitimately like, first of all, I don't know where this happened. And this is where I think this really is actually been storyline and everyone just fucking took it hook, line, and sinker. Because 1 month ago when The Rock came back, and, here's the deal, though, too, with that. Like, yes and no. Because, again, The Rock came back how many weeks ago and did the whole, or what if I take a seat at the head of the table? And that was before all the news broke of this investigation on Vince.
Yeah.
Rock 6 months ago did an interview that said, I was all in last year for the match with Roman, but they didn't do it. I'm in this year. I'm open for Philly. So again, you can't chalk all of this up to a PR move because of the Vince shit. Now, the Vince shit is horrible. We can all agree on that. Fuck that guy. I hope he goes to jail. Fucking horrible, all the shit they did. But again, there's also people who are like, well, I'll never watch WWE again because of it. Fuck that company, blah, 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 blah. Fuck all of you. If that's your take on this, you're not an actual wrestling fan. Because here's the deal. There's still men and women who are continuously busting their ass and putting their life on the line to entertain us in that company. Vince has been removed. You don't have to like what he did. You don't have to acknowledge that it was his company, but you also don't need to shit on it because there's a lot of really talented people over there that are doing some tremendous work. Now, Rock... Oh, good.
I want to just say one thing. I do not condone anything that Vince McMahon did, but here's the thing. Had the piece of shit paid the woman the other $2 million, this never would have come out.
Yeah.
There's a possibility it could have, but I mean,
but here's the other thing, though. We all knew he was a shitbag. We all knew there was sexual assault claims. We all knew there was the steroid shit. We all know. We all know that he paid off the cops when Snuka killed the bitch. Like, guys, we know he's horrible.
Piece of shit.
Now it's been cemented. Yeah. Okay? And I get that. But again, when people are like, fuck them, yeah, but like, Seth Rollins is an amazing talent. Becky Lynch is an amazing talent. Bayley is an amazing talent. The Kabuki Warriors are amazing talent. Asuka's amazing talent. Ricochet is an amazing talent. Everyone involved over there is talent. Gunther, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. None of these people had anything to do with that. And you know what? Triple H didn't look the best after that Royal Rumble thing. Bad advice given to him on how to handle that shit. He should have just said, that's not why we're here tonight. We will later address all these things. Now is not the time. I appreciate you asking, but I'm not answering any of that tonight.
Yeah.
Instead of, well, I don't even know. I didn't read the investigate. Bottom line is, because then, well, fuck Triple H. He knew all about it. Yeah, he probably did. But what do you want him to do?
Yeah, what's
he ain't
going
to
do?
Sacrifice all his job and his money. And well,
and he's part of the family too.
Exactly. Like, he ain't gonna jeopardize that. He knows.
Well,
you know what I mean? And then you hear about how like this is maybe why Shane left, is because Shane and Vince got into it because Shane wanted him to not be doing any of this shit anymore and tried to stop it and it didn't work, whatever. You also look back at old promos and there is one out there of a backstage segment with him and Steph where she talks about him making her do things with these executives to get ahead in business and how she did it and never asked any questions. Granted, this is on TV, but Vince has always said, well, it's real. What we do is real, but it's embellished. You know what I mean? So, like, then you really start to wonder. But again, we can all agree, fuck him. But that doesn't mean I'm going to turn off the product. Now, getting back to this shit with Cody and Rock. Everybody wanted The Rock back until it finally fucking happened. You get it? Like, how can everyone be like, yay, way? Like, it makes no fucking sense. The other thing is, obviously, there's a plan. Because you can just tell how that segment went. I guarantee you they knew this is what was going down before Cody even won the Rumble. And again, you now also have to pull 2 fucking audibles because Punk's hurt and Brock Lesnar is a no-no now. So you've got to pivot, right? Now, we have a long time till WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So this can go anyway. And also hearing that they were handing out the fucking Cody signs last night, like everyone has now played into the palm. All these people who are shitting on WWE right now are playing into exactly what Triple H is wanting. I could see this happen 2 ways. We see Cody get it at Chamber. Because again, Rock and Roman can still have a WrestleMania match. It doesn't make sense as far as like Cody won the Rumble and he gets that match. You can make some fucking bullshit up for that, though. You can easily just be like, man, he didn't even need to use his WrestleMania chance from the Rumble because he did it at the Chamber. He completed the story before Mania. Or, and I think this is really what they should do, is it's 2 nights. Part of the promos that Roman cut before Cody and Rock came out on SmackDown was the schedule. Yeah, I don't wrestle a lot, but guess what? I get tribal chief money. Throw that in there then. Have Cody come out and be like, hey, Rock, what night are you going to take him out at Mania? Oh. Well, since you don't wrestle so much, but you're going to be there, well, fuck it. Why don't you pull a double and I'll get you the other night? You know what I mean? You have 2 nights. There's and then I've heard rumor of having like Rock ending up being the special guest referee in their match. Honestly, Cody doesn't have to, and this has been said since the first Mania he was back and didn't do it. Cody doesn't have to finish the story at Mania. That's been said by everybody, right? What if Rock beats him? What if Rock wins, takes the title from Reigns, and what if Cody beats The Rock at SummerSlam and you get the ultimate brush, the ultimate push, the ultimate handing of the fucking torch? Because Roman's a heel, you can't do that type of thing with him. So who's the guy now that's the uber babyface? He's the next John Cena that you can hand that torch to. It's Cody.
Yeah.
And honestly, Dusty had an impact on Rock. They all know each other. They go back. There's story there. You can do that. And honestly, I think Cody finishing the story by pinning one of the greatest of all time is way bigger than Reigns.
Yeah.
But people need to calm the fuck down.
Well, and the other part too that's interesting about this whole thing is that there's rumors that The Rock is trying to sort of get part ownership or something with what's going on with TKO as well.
Well, he's already on the board.
He's trying to tell them the UFL.
even more than that.
Well, so yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Ace, as far as the bigger name of the two between Roman Reigns and The Rock all time is The Rock. But right now, when Roman Reigns is the second longest reigning WWE or WWE, WWF, WWF champion of all time, that says something. You know, it's in the historic realm. I mean, hell, even that Gunther losing the IC title is going to be a huge fucking deal because he is the longest reigning champion, and that needs to be something where that needs to then catapult him into a world heavyweight picture, in my opinion. So they have a lot of these things that are going right as far as having these long reigns with titles that matter. I think either way, if Cody beats Roman Reigns or if he ends up being The Rock, I think either way, it's a good story to tell. And we need to just realize that Cody will get his moment. It's been proven time and time again that he is now their guy. And the reason he went back was basically the fact that he needs to get this win in the WWE. He's already gained the NWA championship at the very first All In. He never got the top title in AEW, but that was his own stipulation, I guess. It sounds like, obviously, with how that match came about. But he was the first two-time, first ever TNT championship. So he's had enough things to hang his hat on. And if this is truly finishing the story, it doesn't need to be now. That's the whole thing. It doesn't need to be now. It doesn't need to be SummerSlam. It doesn't need to be this year. It could literally just say, hey, you know what? Fucking Royal Rumble next year. Why isn't that the case then? Not that for him win 3 years in a row, but just have an actual fucking title match there. That's not a 4-way kind of throwaway, which I don't know how you guys felt about that 4-way for the title at Rumble, but I felt like LA Knight could have won it and everybody would have been fucking happy about it. So I don't know. Goro, thank you for that. By the way, yes, 4 matches in a year, longest champ. Well, see, here's the thing, though. We don't really know the official number for Bruno Sammartino because if it was all house matches, he's probably not doing, 5 or 6 of them a week. He's probably doing the big cities as the champion. So he's probably only doing 3 or 4. And obviously, it was a totally different time frame back in the day. So, yeah. And thank you, Dan. Yes. Nowhere near as long or many as Bruno, but we're not having a 13-year title reign. No one's going to do that. Injuries happen far more often than they did back then, or the guys are just going to take care of themselves more than the guys back in the day did. Bruno could have had a fucking snapped leg and he still would have wrestled through it. It was a different era, guys. It's back when JR was a wee little lad back in 1890. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Back when wrestling was invented.
Back when wrestling was real. I mean, quite literally, yeah. Basically shoot fighting. So again, yeah, I think that's what we see. I think the build towards WrestleMania is going to be very interesting. Ace, you brought it up. It sounds like Minneapolis will again lose out on Mania next year. It sounds.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
I have feelings that if they're going to do the presser in Vegas, that with Super Bowl being there this week, I think Vegas is probably the next call for them. Just because
100%.
But here's one of the other,
and that is also factors. The home of UFC, basically.
One of the other factors is that Brock is out.
Right.
If Brock was still in, it might have been possible. But if Brock is out, they don't give a fuck about Minneapolis.
True, and I think this is, in my opinion, this is going back to the old Monday Night Wars because WCW. They made a point. Minneapolis was a home base, a home area for them to go to when they were on their travels, because then they would go up to Fargo, do the Winnipeg area, but they always made sure they had Minneapolis, obviously Mall America, first Nitro ever. But I think WWE is always treated, except for when they had SummerSlam with Jesse Ventura. In that time period, they were like, that's just not our market. And I think it's kind of held true. Is they've obviously had somewhat TLCs here. Other things,
they've always been afraid of the cold weather here.
which is bullshit because Philly could be cold. They've done New York
Yeah.
in
Dude,
outdoor stadium and it
yeah.
was cold.
Yeah, the Mid-Atlantic or like the Upper Atlantic area where you're talking about the tri-state as far as Philly, New York City, both of these are outdoor stadiums that they're fucking willing to go to. And hell, they've got almost rained out in fucking Miami before. So don't fucking pull this shit where it's like they're worried about the cold. It's early April. Like, hell, they would have came this year. I'm sure it's going to be 70 fucking degrees come April.
This is a good question from Goro.
I mean, it can't be. It's not the same as Chris Benoit. It's
I know.
Not.
I saw that little meme of Taker with the 22. I mean, obviously, no. It's just because Lesnar's one of those guys that I guess I don't know. I think the future will tell what ends up really happening.
Well, see,
because I didn't hear either.
Exist.
Was it just that?
I mean, he was implicated as far as the wrestler.
We don't know how involved Brock is at this point.
Well, see, Goro, I mean, again, if it's I'm not here to kink shame or anything like that, obviously. But the reality is if it's non-consensual, that's always bad. But we're still waiting for some of those details to come out.
Well, but the other thing, too, is I didn't hear that Brock did anything other than he had pictures sent to him.
Yeah, but who knows?
So that's still kind of in the air of what really happened involving Brock. Because it could be he didn't ask for it, but Vince just sent him. It could be he asked for it. There could be more to that. We don't know. As of now, he didn't do nearly as much as fucking Vince and old Johnny Ace. So,
yep.
What I would give to have been in the house with the Bella's mom when she heard all that shit. Awesome. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this has been fun. I'm glad to be back on land, and I guess I will be in contact with Luke from my Wednesday show just to gauge his interest. Otherwise, this might be a little bit different on pricing and where I get a room. But yeah, so I'm in the queue for tomorrow afternoon for booking my room. So
I am in the process right now. Tim Nella is sending me his info, and I'm booking the rooms.
Hey, make sure you ask, is his real name Timothy? Because you got to fucking put that in there, you asshole.
Just don't have a stupid name like Thomas.
I'm sorry. I figured you would have been able to just ask me the question. I always call you Ace, but I also know you have a real fucking name.
Just like you asked if you wanted to fly together, dick.
Mm.
Dick. You didn't even didn't even think of being, hey, Ace, do you want to look at getting tickets on the flight together?
You already said that you weren't going to be able to fly Delta because you got no fucking class.
But you didn't know that till after I realized you book, asshole.
Well, because I was already getting pressure from it was literally Waterloo weekend because I was getting pressure from my fucking brother and sister-in-law to book a flight for down there for Christmas and shit. So I'm like, fine, whatever. So I was just like, fuck it. If I'm going to spend money, I'm going to spend all of the fucking money for fucking flights. But also get the Delta app, everybody. Flights are actually cheaper through the Delta app than they are through like Orbitz and Expedia. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Delta, pay me money, motherfuckers. Also, I got to get a hold of like 6Man to make sure I get my information changed over as well, as far as name and shit like that. And then that way I can talk to Norwegian about making sure I get that email address changed over because they fucked it up last minute. I can no longer log into that fucking email account. So fucking dumb. Anyhow, that's aside. The cruise itself was great, everybody. Hope to see you there for 6 on the beach.
Love it. Thomas, are you working this weekend?
Just the door at Dusty's, but I will be on Jesse Towler's podcast tomorrow. So I believe that's Jesse Towler or twitch.tv/Jesse Towler.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
That's starting at 5 o'clock Central tomorrow. And then, of course, KCUK tomorrow as well with Corey Adam on his Twitch talk on Twitch, and then or Corey Adam Comedy on YouTube.
There you go. March 1st, I'll be down in La Crosse at a place called The Main. I've never been there. Guess it's a place. March 9th, I will be with Mr. Thomas at New Hope Cinema Grill.
Doing that top shelf damn thing.
Yes, sir. And March 16th, I will be in Buffalo Lake, Minnesota with Mark Poulos for the Buffalo Lake Fire Department fundraiser.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to also ask you a question when we get off air about April 12th and 13th.
The weekend before Waterloo.
April?
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it off air.
Okay. Okay.
And we also are going to be doing in April our WrestleMania watch along, so we're getting that currently situated.
True.
Oh yeah.
And also, Ace and I will be at the Nerd D show with at the Minnesota Orchestra April 5th. We'll be going that Friday.
That'll be awesome. You guys, he was on WCCO the other day.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Talking about the show. So Nerd D, my gosh, if you guys
Jesus.
Dang, you guys need to just move on the boat.
Yeah. Just tell them to make a permanent fucking home for you on the boat. Get you that butler you all fucking deserve. Get you free Wi-Fi or something.
All right, let's go. Let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.